Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Luxury Esports podcast. My name is Luxx Ajax, and I'm here alongside my co-host, the CEO of Luxury Esports, Luxx Zykro. And today we have Mark and Cap alongside their 2v2 gunfight team ahead of their LAN in AGN, Missouri. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself? We're going to start with Mark, who's the bottom right here.
So, my name is Mark. I go by Mark MRM. I know I use my real name as my alias. It makes everything a whole lot easier for not only people that I play with, like people that I don't know that I play with. It just makes it a whole lot easier. I started off with competing in, like
We can
2012.
restart whenever, bro. We can restart.
Yeah, just get your thoughts together. I mean, I'll just cut
I'm
it
just saying, like started competing around 2012, 2013.
We can restart. Let's restart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
not
fine.
it's. I know you're good. You're good.
I think. What
So
do you call
good,
it?
dude.
What was I gonna say? I had something. Totally forgot. Go on.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Luxury Esports podcast. My name is Luxx Ajax, and I'm here alongside my co-host, the CEO of Luxury Esports, Luxx Zykro. And today we have the pleasure of introducing you to the 2v2 gunfight team ahead of their LAN in AGN, Missouri, Mark and Cap. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys. I'm going to start with Mark on the bottom right here.
Hey guys, I'm Mark. I go by Mark MRM, and I'm one of two of the 2v2 gunfight team for Luxury Esports. I started competing close to right around 10 years ago, Black Ops 2 or Ghosts, and somehow found my way to playing gunfight in Cold War with Cap.
All right, now we're going to move on to Cap up there. He's the top right now.
All right. So my name is Cap, also known as Cap Crew. I am the second half of the gunfight roster for Luxx Esports at AGN, Missouri. I started competing back in Advanced Warfare, but didn't really pick up the seriousness of it until Gunfight in Modern Warfare launched. But yeah, other than that, I play for Ottawa University as their solely dedicated gunfight player, and I just play it all the time.
So actually talk about that a little bit. Like you say you play for college. You play for Ottawa
Yes.
University in Kansas, not Canada, Kansas.
Yes, Kansas. That's very important.
Yeah, in Kansas. But talk about that a little bit. I mean, gunfight I feel like isn't a big commodity in the Call of Duty community. Maybe I'm wrong, but talk about that a little bit and how important that is to you and how big that is to you.
So, admittingly, when I first started competing back in Advanced Warfare, I just kind of found a way to just have fun with my friends. Like, we didn't take things too seriously. We tried doing 3v3 SMD GBs with knives only, just
Yeah.
completely messing around. I didn't really find something I wanted to take seriously until I started competing in Gunfight during quarantine. If we all remember that long thing.
God.
But
Quarantine.
I think the main reason for that was because during quarantine, the CDL and all of its surrounding organizations and partners started hosting gunfight events like crazy. I mean, the point where there was 2 to 3 a day that you could play in. So I just said, screw it, let's try something new. And I started picking it up and noticed I was actually kind of good at it. And then just started going from there. Just currently competing in that. And then I got reached out by Ottawa and they're just like, hey, well, actually, no, long story short, they had 3 of their teams enter TESPA, which is now Activision Blizzard Collegiate, in TESPA's 2v2 gunfight tourney. And my friend actually reached out to me and said, hey, can you help give them some tips real quick? And I was in there. I had 4 or 5 streams open at one time, just giving them all tips in the comments on what to watch, the power positions and everything like that. And even hopped in lobbies with them and showed them different setups and line of sights. And then after that, they were just like, hey, do you possibly want to come play for us if Gunfight continues? And I'm like, I really don't know if it's going to continue, but I'm down. And then the second they revealed that Gunfight was coming back on I think November 5th it was, I immediately DM'd them and I'm like, let's get to work.
Dude, I bet you were so hyped. Gunfight's coming back, let's go!
I kid you not, I probably had at least 30 people tag me when they released Gunfight was coming back.
Really?
30 people just tagging me in the tweets, just Chapter 5, Chapter 5, Chapter 5. Yeah, I'm like, yes!
Oh, so you're huge in Gunfight, I guess. So do you actually go?
Yeah.
You attend Ottawa too, for school?
So I will be going physically next semester, but I did this semester online just because of the whole COVID thing. My family wasn't too comfortable with it.
Stupid.
So,
man.
but I will be going physically in the fall semester.
Okay, nice. So, like, just talk about, like, and Mark, you can also talk about, like, how did you guys end up meeting, getting in touch with each other? Like, obviously, it's
I've heard the
online.
story. It's pretty crazy.
great
It's
story.
pretty
It
crazy.
It is. It's a good story.
It's a great story.
So, I'll start real quick.
Go for it.
But so essentially, Mark and I hated each other's guts when we first met each other.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we first met up, and I think it was a 2v2 tourney. It was myself and Mercy versus you, and I forget who you were with.
It was either it was one of my two friends. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, my friend Mercy was getting really pissed off with I forget what they were doing, and he said some like trash talk in like the text game chat in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
This was back in Modern Warfare, and essentially, after like 3+ times meeting up after that in 1v1 tourneys, Mark and his teammate I think guessed it was me who was doing the trash talking, even though I did nothing.
Yeah.
I just sat there quietly and took the loss. And they started trash talking back. I'm like, you got the wrong guy. And then we had like
with that, it's half the time more with that. It's more or less getting caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
At that point, it's just like if one of them's doing it, they're both doing it. Getting my
Yeah.
revenge.
Yeah, you're getting
But
you're fuming.
We faced off. I think after that initial meetup, we probably faced off at least 20 more times after that.
Wow.
Because there were literally like anywhere from 3 to 10 gunfight tournaments a day.
And
Really?
we never, ever talked on Twitter or anything behind the scenes. The first time we ever actually teamed was during the Cold War season.
Really?
We did not like each other or talk to each other in Modern Warfare at all.
Well, plus I was winning so much in Modern Warfare, I didn't want to switch it up at all. I wanted to keep what was working.
That's
you know.
fair. So what changed then? What changes the bad blood between you guys? How did you end up?
Well, for me, the people that I were playing with despised this game, and I had nobody.
Oh.
Well, plus
I think it's also a combination of like when you play against somebody, you know how good they are because obviously if you're good, you're gonna know what's good based on who you play. And they play each other so much, it's like, all right, we're like so good. Imagine like how we can be together, and then now that they're playing together, it's obvious. Like,
and funny
these guys are probably the best 2v2 gunfight team right now, easily. I don't even think that's a conversation. I don't think that's a conversation.
I'm relatively new to Gunfight this year too.
Really?
Funny enough, all year
I've been kind of coaching him a little bit.
All year I've been playing variant and S&D all year until 3 weeks ago.
It's actually pretty crazy. So they're at the Click Gaming LAN next month. There's a 2v2 just S&D event. It's not Gunfight, but I like asked them. I was like, because they're a 2v2 team. I was like, do you guys want to play it? And Mark was like, actually, I'm playing in the 4v4 variant. And I'm like, what? Yeah. So our team might actually end up playing his team.
That's funny.
That's playing the 4v4 variant. So that's pretty cool. But actually, we have a 2v2 team playing in that event. It's not these guys.
I seen that.
We can't discuss who it is yet because that's going to be another announcement. But yeah, those guys are really good. But
two very good friends of mine.
Yeah, very good players. But I don't even think it's a conversation. These guys with their resumes, like, I don't think it's a question. I think they're the best 2v2 team. We waited to put this announcement out for them close to the event because if we put it out before the event, less people would show up. That's how well these like guys are known. So
wow, so you guys are like popping in the gunfight team. Like you guys are really known.
You guys just talk a little bit about your resumes. Tell me what you guys like online events, stuff like that. Just so people can understand.
Mark, I'll let you start. I've done most of the talking.
It's kind of weird for me because 99% of my my achievements were from last year with like 20 or 30 pretty decently sized wins.
Just overall, how many tournaments, online tournament stuff would you say you like won?
Overall, probably close to 60, 70, almost 80, I would say, over the years.
Oh,
over the last like 2, I would say like last 2 years.
It's like that's gunfight alone.
Gunfight alone, probably like 25, 30.
Sheesh. That's in the past year.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. All right. So then, what about you, Cap?
So, my my tourney wins are actually in my bio. I totally forget how many there are, but there's only one of them that is not Gunfight, and that's all from Modern Warfare on. If someone wants to pull it up, I forget the number.
Like
Well, it looks like
78 or almost, it's almost 80.
I think CJ's pulling it up right now.
Yeah. 81.
Yeah.
So 80 of those are Gunfight within the past year.
So the
Damn.
question of who's the best team showing up to AGN Missouri 2v2 gunfight event, you're looking at them right here.
Luxury Esports 2v2 gunfight team. That's insane.
We're calling it right now, and we're going to put it in the documentary. This audio better go into the documentary.
Okay.
We're
Well,
going to
the one
win the
ended.
2 We're going to win the 2v2 event, and then our main roster is going to win that event, and then our Smash player that's playing that weekend as well is going to win his event. We're going to win 3 events in one weekend.
Dude, that's gonna be a hard
That
opener.
right there.
That's gonna
That's
go
the
so hard.
trifecta.
That's gonna go so hard. They gotta do it now. You guys gotta win. Sorry, too much pressure on your back. but
That's
you gotta
that's the plan.
It's
I've
not a
been in-
question
I've
of you
had
guys
much-
gotta. It's a
I've
question
had
of
much more pressure.
That's fair. That's fair. So,
I've played at majors.
so like, talk about how you came into contact with Zykro and Luxx as a whole. Like, how did you guys just fall into the lap of Luxx?
So it all started pretty much on the basis of a joke. So what happened?
Yeah, honestly,
What happened was Mark and I we because I know Mark is in Florida and I'm in Maryland,
Okay,
so
Florida
two
gang.
East Coast, and we're kind of close to each other. So I was just like, I DM'd him. I'm like, hey, you're kind of close to Missouri. I'm kind of close to Missouri. Do you want to see if we can possibly go to this? And he was just like, sure. That's pretty much it. Just sure. And what happened was I was just like, I'm going to see if I can find an org to help us get there. And admittingly, I was just like, there's no way this is going to work. There's no way this is going to work. And after about 5 tweets of tweeting out for orgs, admittingly as a joke, like just seeing what could happen.
Joke.
Zykro or CJ hit us up and he was just like, let's sit down and talk. And then when I talked with him, first I sat down and talked to them alone, and then Mark ended up joining us. But just from that talk with me and him alone, I realized like he's out to get this. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's looking for, and that's admittingly someplace like we would want to be if we did end up going to the event. So Mark and I talked about it after talking with CJ a couple meetings back and forth, and we're just like, screw it, let's do this. Let's go. We really like these guys and how they've been handling everything. And we're very thankful that CJ and the Rex of Luxx are able to send us to this event, and we promise we won't disappoint.
Oh,
Never.
that's all we need to hear.
So we're talking mainly about AGN Missouri, and with the main roster, we talked about future lands and stuff for them. But there's not a lot of like as of right now, AGN Missouri is the only like 2v2 of like gunfight event that we know of. But any future events that might be out there, unless it's like something that might interfere with his Ottawa stuff, whatever the case may be.
I know potentially of 2 to 3 more.
Yeah.
I just don't have dates for them.
Yeah, as of right now, we don't know of any, but any that pop up, they're going to obviously play in them. There's no reason why we wouldn't put them in it, right? But that's why we're mainly talking about AGN Missouri. But this is a long-term thing. These guys are going to be here for a while. So we're excited to be working with these guys. I'm super excited. Like, when they sent me their resumes, I was like, I really need to do my research, and everything was 100%. Like, I mean, I do my research about everything, but I was like, whoa, okay, that's a lot of wins. I got to make sure.
Yeah, you had to jump on the chance, man. Like,
oh yeah.
From what I've heard of the resume, it's kind of nasty.
Yeah, these guys are very talented.
Yeah. So I mean, just obviously you talked a little bit, but about it. But talk about how excited are you for? This is probably your first LAN, both of you, or not? Like
no,
Mark, it's not. Are
not at all?
About you?
Not even close.
What about you, Cap? Is this your first LAN?
This is technically my second LAN, but first one playing. I went to CDL Minnesota and I sent a team there under my old organization that I used to own. I sent a team there and spent the whole weekend with them watching them. But technically, yes, this is my first LAN playing.
Okay, so
Cap is also a CEO of his own organization, which is really cool. So me and him have had some pretty cool conversations about esports and stuff. So one thing I like about him is he's just so in tune with like esports. Like he loves all of it. That's what I love because I love esports, and so it's really cool the conversation.
Dude's a 3-tool player, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's everything, dude.
Plays for Ottawa, plays for Luxx, and now he's got his own org. So
We need a sub for our main roster. Come on, Kev.
That you will never, ever, ever, ever get me in a hard point match unless there's an absolute dire need. I find way too much fun in Gunfight to be playing any of that.
You're just so talented. I'm just, both of you guys are so talented. It's just go.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
AGN Missouri will be my, I want to say, 7th LAN.
Oh shoot! I almost
My
cursed that. I can't curse.
third Gunfight LAN.
So yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you guys seem very excited. I mean, the expectations are pretty high.
We fly out in like 4 days, I think it is.
Yep.
Yeah, you leave on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because the event's on Friday.
The event. So when this goes up, this is going up on Wednesday, right, Zykro?
Yep.
So they fly out tomorrow, and the LAN starts. The event's on Friday.
Yep.
Oh, this is
We're flying them out Thursday. I want my guys to get their rest, and then the next day, they're gonna wake up and go to the event. Some of our other players, the main roster, are gonna be there. Our videographers, I'm gonna be there. Obviously, these guys are gonna be a part of the documentary as well. It's gonna be so sick. Like these guys also, like they're pretty close with some of the main roster guys. They've actually played against some of them at some events and stuff like Cardinal and some other stuff like that. And they have a little bit of beef, like
My boy
jokingly beef and stuff. But
Love Cardinal.
yeah, shout out that boy. I love all those guys. But
Yeah, I remember playing Aces and Max in a 3v3 last year.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we will actually be repping Luxx on Thursday.
Yes.
There will be the I Buy Power Fight Nights. We're going for our 2-peat. We weren't able to do last time because I was actually in Disney World, but we will be actually repping Luxx, going for the 2-peat in the I Buy Power Fight Night.
That's sick.
Wait, hang on. So already, and you guys haven't even been announced yet. How long have you guys been a part of the org? Maybe
technically like 2-3 weeks.
They've already won like 2 or 3 tournaments underneath the org.
So technically, those are Luxx wins, but nobody knows that.
Technically, those are Luxx wins, but admittingly, like 2 of the tourneys, we actually had to register before we were even a part of it.
Yes.
But we're counting them. We're counting them.
But it's like I haven't even announced these guys yet. And they've already brought us 3 wins. Like, let's go, dude. You know.
We called for the one on Thursday. We had to obviously do a pre-registration, and we registered as Luxx.
And you guys will be announced by then, so it's perfect.
Yep. It's actually
That's exactly
think the
why
day
we
we get
did that.
announced or the day after.
Day after. It's the I Buy Powers on the Thursday night.
What you're telling me, the gunfight world is gonna fall apart when they know that you signed Luxx. Sign with Luxx, basically.
Yes.
Or join Luxx.
Yep. They're gonna be like, oh,
oh, Luxx is something else, huh?
They got their main roster and this. Oh shit!
From what I talked a little bit with that main roster, even after the podcast, those dudes are killers. They're locked in.
Yes.
Those
like,
dudes.
What I love about this is both of them already have like killer attitudes, just like I talked about with the main roster. And it's not even like these guys now with their past things. That's just how they are. Like no matter what, it's not like anything in the past, anything like that. It's just like their attitudes. So the whole attitude. Like, and they're so supportive of the main roster too, and the main roster is supportive of them. So the whole energy at the Airbnb and everything is just going to be like so awesome. And they're staying at the Airbnb like the whole weekend. They're going to be there supporting the main roster as well after their tournament, supporting them, and just it's like a whole family coming together, dude. I'm so excited. Like, otherwise, let's just not talk about tournament right now. Let's just talk about the vibe with everybody there. I'm so excited to be around like my boys. Like the vibe is gonna be so fun, dude. It's gonna be such a good weekend.
Dude, I better see.
I'm actually kind of happy.
There's nothing better than being in a house with a bunch of with a bunch of your homies, just
with the boys.
I'm actually excited.
Done.
I'm gonna be able to finally meet
done.
some of my Ottawa bros.
Oh yeah.
I've yet to meet everyone except Lightning and Parker. And like 3 or 4 of them that I haven't met yet are going to be at the event, so I finally get to meet them before I go to school.
You get to meet them, then you get to beat them.
Nah, they actually. I don't think any of them will be playing in the gunfight event, just because most of them are coming in on Friday.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's just like LANs, from what I've heard, are just like sick because like I'm excited for like CDL events to come back. You know, like everybody just comes together and they meet each other for the first time. Like. all those experiences of people going to Anaheim,
Best experience ever. Anaheim is the best.
Dude, I wish I got to go to that. The only CDL event I got to go to the 2017 Infinite Warfare LAN. That was awesome. It was in Dallas and it was super fun. But like, I think the reason why I'm so excited about this LAN compared to the other ones is all of the momentum that's going up to this, and then it's AGN hosting it. Like I haven't, we've talked about AGN, but like I haven't really shout out Gage. Like that dude and the whole way he runs AGN is amazing. Like he does a really good job, and AGN has hosted LANs before, so this is gonna run super smooth. There's gonna be no like PC problems, no like problems with like the other LANs we've had to deal with and stuff like that. Like this is just gonna be such an amazing LAN. It's a bigger LAN. It's in a different place, and then the whole like idea of you're going out there, right? They're flying out. We're driving out. Like nobody's like, and Scump talked a little bit about this. I'm not going to fly out to Paris and lose type thing. Obviously that's a lot difference, but like, you know, I'm not going to go that far and lose. Like we're going here to win. And these guys know too, just with the main roster, we're not here to just win. We're here to make a statement. We're here to show everybody we're here to keep winning. You're going to have to keep dealing with us. And we're the best team here. So
I mean, like, I don't know how grand Gunfight is, but are there bigger events than these two or no?
So, admittingly, Gunfight this year has been a bit of a slump, and that is due to not a lot of CDL intervention. Last year, it exploded because the CDL, as I said, was hosting like 3 to 5 tourneys a week, and it was insanity. But this year, admittingly, they've been putting all their cards into Warzone, and for good reason, because Warzone is a moneymaker. But admittingly, the CDL has not been too involved in Gunfight this year, so it's all been reliant on community organizations like AGN, Nerd Street Gamers, iBuyPower, like big names like those. So it all truly depends on the community itself driving Gunfight forward until the CDL gets involved when City Circuit gets revealed.
On top of that, there were, in Modern Warfare, there was the frequency of events. On top of that, there was City Circuit, the opportunity to qualify to play at COD Champs. But all of that was announced pre-COVID, and if COVID was not a thing and you qualified for City Circuit, you would be playing on the same stage as the pros.
That's right. So describe what you just brought that up. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. What is City Circuit? I mean, is it just like you play?
Yeah, this is new to me too. I haven't never heard of this either.
Yeah, if you notice in the CDL logo, there's 3 tiers, right?
Yeah.
So the CDL logo, the top tier is the pros, the second tier is challengers, and the third one's the fans. So each one has their own kind of play. The pros obviously have their league, the challengers have their own challengers league, and for the fans, they have what's called City Circuit. So City Circuit is the 12 teams can either nominate or host a 2v2 gunfight event, and the winning roster or the nominated roster gets to rep the team, like Paris Legion, Optic, everything, in COD Champs to play for a share of $100,000.
Wait, so when Cardinal and Willingly played in that 2v2 event for the Empire stuff, that was the
Dallas one they played was not City Circuit.
What was that? Was that just something
that was
they hosted?
when they hosted after City Circuit.
Oh, okay.
So the City Circuit team for Dallas was a good friend of mine, KG, and his duo Slayboy.
Okay.
And so they repped Dallas, and then a couple other my good friends repped a couple other teams like Atlanta FaZe, Minnesota Rocker, and stuff like that. So it's essentially just COD Champs for Gunfight.
That's sick.
You know what's unfortunate about that is like, dude, and this is so far fetched, but I'm gonna say it anyways. If CDL had like a pro or challenger 2v2 gunfight thing, these guys would be destroying it. But it's so far fetched because there's all the issues with just 4v4 variant with the GAs and then all the issues like obviously. Yeah. We all know there's issues and stuff. We're not going to go into all that, you know what I'm saying? But
fun fact, GAs do not exist in Gunfight. Anything goes.
But what I'm trying to say is like, if they're kind of treat 4v4 like that, and with how popular 4v4 is, like, dude, they're racking in tons, with the CDL, like 4v4 stuff. So if they're kind of like that towards the 4v4 stuff, you can imagine how they're going to treat the gunfight stuff, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like,
hopefully one day in the future. And I think, with their growing a lot and they're just understanding a lot of things, it's been out for a bit, but with how everything is going now, I think they'll learn it. I think eventually, with how much Gunfight is growing right now, they're gonna end up putting something out.
So I mean, that was another question I was gonna ask. Like, do you see a bigger potential in Gunfight? Do you see there being like some sort of league in Gunfight, kind of like the CDL, or do you see that happening? I mean, obviously the next developer has to include it for that to continue, and that's all if Activision wants it and stuff. But I mean, I think the way you guys are talking about it, this would be sick. Gunfight's just such a different game mode. I think it was so fun that they added it. And
I think what I like about it so much is like obviously there's like 4v4 variant, which is super exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And that's just super exciting to watch.
I mean, I was watching
But Gunfight is Gunfight is like it's kind of like arcadey, right? It's more like it's serious obviously when there's more money on the line and stuff, but it's just more fun, like, right? Like I mean, when I just played Gunfight with them versus playing League play, I thought it was more enjoyable, honestly. Like it's just so different every round. It's a different thing. And then like when you're watching it, it's not like, okay, this is the same thing over and over. Like when you're watching CDL, it's Hardpoint is basically the same thing. It's just you want to watch people like chow people and the excitement and like all that stuff. But Gunfight is so different every time. It's so enjoyable to watch.
You never know what you're gonna get. Truly.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's like a level playing field all the time. You know, it just really comes
Everyone's
down,
got the same loadout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it comes down to like skill and knowledge of the game, and that's what's exciting about. I've never, to be fair, like I'm a fake fan. I've never watched a 2v2 Gunfight event. I should have, knowing how good you guys are. I didn't even know there were things. I didn't know they existed, bro. You look so mad at me right now.
We're doing things like putting out documentaries and stuff, so we're getting it out there. This is going to become a thing, and we're trying to help it push it out there more.
But when the event happens, I'll watch you guys, and I'll watch you dominate. I promise. I mean, I will be the one getting the footage. I'll be making sure to watch it and stuff and put it all together. And I mean, I'm hyped to have you guys have your own documentary. And like, you guys deserve all the hype in the world from what I've heard. But I mean, it's exciting the way, you know, Gunfight can really grow and stuff in the state.
Yeah. Hopefully, though, next year with whatever comes next, from what I've been hearing, is that it's going to be back on the Modern Warfare engine, so we might actually get good Gunfight.
So Gunfight in this game sucks.
I think it's just the engine. It's not necessarily that Cold War sucks. I think it's just Modern Warfare engine, like the movement on that stuff was really well. I liked it a lot. I think the only thing that sucked about like MW was respawns. It was respawns, man. That's it.
Yep, I agree.
I'm not gonna lie though, Cold War's movement, in my opinion, I still kind of like. I think the real thing that doesn't make Gunfight quote unquote good in this game are two things. Well, actually, no, three: loadouts, map design, and the ability to be able to hear someone walking across the map. Those are the three things that make Gunfight kind of bad right now. Like the loadouts, admittingly, there's only like 2 to 3 good loadouts. Like everything else is either subpar or completely unusable. To the point where pretty much every round comes down to grenades, like where you have to just be able to use them. The next thing is the maps. Admittingly, there's only like 2 to 3 good maps out of like the 7 or 8 available right now. Yeah. And to the point of it's just like,
and on top of that, two of them are reused.
Not even Gunfight
from 6v6.
Yeah,
really.
The other thing is like one round you get a sniper and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so fun. It's like, you know exactly what both of you are trying to do with like quick scoping and stuff, right? Because that's why else would you not do that? And then the next round you get a thermal with a Krig. It's like,
no, I like that loadout. That one's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I just mean like it's like, wait, why is there a thermal on this?
I think one of the issues as well with the whole 6v6 thing is admittingly the two maps we're referencing are Nuketown and Diesel. So Nuketown is playable in Gunfight, and admittingly it is not good because the problem is it's not designed for Gunfight. Like maps have to be designed specifically for Gunfight to be able to work. In this game, Nuketown is just like the way the Gunfight works out is everyone just camps in their spawn until flag hits, and then once the flag hits, everyone runs out. Like that's what happens.
Yeah.
And essentially it's just a camp off on Nuketown. Diesel is kind of the same thing. Like admittingly the mid map is not too bad. Like the mid map and the outer of the map, like that could pass as a Gunfight map. Yep. But like if this is like the size of what a Gunfight map should be, Diesel's this.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like double or triple the size, and it's insane.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's really no developer support like for the mode, like at least from Treyarch.
At least for Cold War, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
just-
I'd say
Yeah.
from certain point of views, yeah. But there are, from what I've seen, and obviously you guys play more, so you can like say what you want about this. But from an outside point of view, there are some pretty good 2v2 maps. Like the maps that they made specifically for 2v2 are pretty good. But it's obvious they put more effort towards other things, just like they put more effort towards Warzone versus 4v4 variant. You know.
yeah,
The
so-
new Amsterdam map that just came out is actually pretty good. It's the
Yeah,
best DLC map we've gotten so far.
I agree.
So it sounds like it's up to people like us to create great content and build a good fan base for 2v2 gunfight.
Let's do it.
So actually, fun fact, I have a couple insider friends with the CDL, and they actually told me that initially Treyarch did not plan to have Gunfight in this game.
What?
Activision forced them to have it because of
Why
the
not
successful
put it
Modern
in the
Warfare.
game? What's the point of not doing it?
Because
It's more
admittingly,
enjoyable than gun game. It's more enjoyable than like all
it's
those
the
other game
developer
modes.
cycle. It was
Yeah.
because of the developer cycle. Because technically, Gunfight is an Infinity Ward mode. It was made entirely by Infinity Ward and its employees. So normally in COD past, we don't see modes transfer from exclusive to another game, unless it's like something like Hardpoint.
That's true.
Like Hardpoint, like started as like a kind of new mode, and now it's a staple in everything CDL.
Mhm.
But the problem is, though, Gunfight was an Infinity Ward exclusive mode when it first came out, and then the Activision was like, "You need to put it in." And Treyarch, admittingly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they know really much about Gunfight besides watching it.
I mean,
So,
the thing is the same thing about like League play. That didn't come until later. That's because everybody wanted it. And they literally just copy paste, right? Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's literally all they did, and that's what they did with like the Gunfight stuff too. It's like people are gonna play it, it's enjoyable, throw it in there. Versus like, all right, let's see how we can make this better. Let's like revamp it. Maps like, they've made maps specific for it, so I can't really say like they haven't really tried with that. But you know,
Yeah,
obviously
Like, they
put more
have put in
effort
an
because
effort.
they can put effort into it. They obviously show it with Warzone, like you know.
Yeah.
So
And I mean,
they've
also,
definitely put effort. We can't knock them out on that one.
yeah, for sure.
I mean,
And again, like I love how they've like at least put it in the game and then like put effort towards the maps and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, I've heard that like there's not a lot of developer like communication because, like you
Yeah.
said, it's Infinity Ward's mode, so they're like, all right, well, we can't talk to Infinity Ward. But if you think like Warzone is basically the same game, you know, you think like they
Yeah.
could do the same thing, like they could do the same thing with Gunfight, but it's on a different engine, it's on a different game entirely with different guns
and different teams.
Yeah, so
the thing that's like it sucks is like the next game, right? They're probably gonna either keep it on the MW engine, which they most likely will,
Mhm.
or they're going to put it on the new engine. But if they were to put it on the new engine, they would put a lot of development into it. But the next like CDL is just going to be like Hardpoint and S&D and whatever control or whatever mode it is, if it's jetpacks or whatever.
I swear
Please,
if I see Control, I hate that game mode. I hate
Yes,
Control.
dude, I hate
hate
it.
it.
I hate it.
I have friends that are like,
At-
"Oh,
at
I
least-
love
at least in
Control."
Cold
I'm
War.
not gonna lie, it's fun to watch, but it's horrible to play.
Uplink.
Cold
Control.
War's
Give us
trash.
Uplink, please.
I love.
Oh my
Uplink.
god, bring Uplink back! Yeah.
Yes.
CTF.
Or CT.
They tried doing it in World
Wait,
War
hang
II.
on.
They tried doing a boots on the ground uplink, and it did not work.
No.
Can you guys imagine TV2 gunfight with jetpacks?
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
It'd be difficult.
I think you just came up with $1 million idea right there.
You
Treyarch,
you
hit
are
me
sending
up.
me. You are sending me into retirement.
Or Sledgehammer. Who's making the next game? Sledgehammer?
Sledgehammer.
Yeah,
Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer. But
Hit me
it's
up.
apparently going to be a sequel to World War II.
Yep.
To be all right, I'm gonna be real.
Nah.
I didn't dislike World War II. I didn't play it
I
much.
hated it.
I didn't
love
dislike
hated
it.
it.
I didn't. I, mean,
I
I
didn't
thought it
like
was fun. It was boring to watch. I'm gonna be real. I didn't watch
I
any of that.
despised COD World War II.
I didn't
I
dislike
didn't play it that much, so I can't really say anything. From an outside point of view, watching it, I think it's kind of like, and Hex talked about this a little bit. It's so bland. It's so bleh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it's just muddy and gray. It's like, bro, give us some colors. I want to see people flying around. You know?
Say say what you want about Modern Warfare. I thought that game was so fun to watch. I'm gonna be
And
real.
yeah, I did
love
too,
that game.
dude. Oh, that game with better respawns would be legendary.
And
Legendary.
no doors.
And no,
Yeah.
And no doors.
yeah. It's just like, I mean, it was
Through
just
the
a,
doors.
at least for the pro scene, it was a 2-gun meta for like half the year.
Yeah.
And then like,
Oh yeah,
I mean, that was just part of the GAs though. Like,
Yeah.
and then like Envoy
that's kind of
started,
what it is this year. It's Krieg and
Yeah.
AK-74U.
they started
Well,
bringing
I
out
guess. Yeah.
They started bringing out the
QBZ.
MAC-10, and everyone was like, "Oh, never mind, gotta shut that down. It's too OP." And you're like, "Come on, bro! Like, make it more enjoyable for people to watch."
QBZ, stuff like that.
Yeah, like so. I guess it's just the pros,
I will never forget the turmoil that happened when Subliner Academy refused to the QBZ GA, and like the entire timeline went rogue. Like everyone started breaking GAs and like threatening to like do
Blacklist
everything on the face of the earth. And
There was
it
even
the
people
funniest
like
thing.
there's even people mad at the Click Gaming LAN because they allowed people to use a QBZ. It's like, whatever. Come on, like,
bro.
yeah, it never made a big difference in like the LAN. Like there were people using QBZ and still getting like outgunned by people with a Craig. It's just
To me,
like,
I think GA should just be like for the pros. Like the
Mhm.
pros are the ones that decide on it. You don't. Like obviously you might agree with it, but like the pros are the ones that decide
Yeah.
on it. They should be the only ones doing it. And like
they play it the most, they play it at the highest level. They should have the best say so. It's
You know,
that simple.
but it's like if only follow the GA if you're really, really, really trying to make it to the CDL. You look
Yeah.
at guys like Mac who's trying to make his way up. Yeah, follow the 2-gun meta. Like learn that because you're right on the cusp of the CDL.
Exactly.
But like Click Gaming lands. Who cares, bro? Use
Yeah.
whatever gun you want, bro.
It's an amateur LAN.
Yeah.
Well,
Free
I mean,
rules.
obviously, if somebody pulls out a QBZ, it's not like, oh my god, he's using a QBZ, cancel him. He's a
Yeah.
challenger, almost pro. Like, come on, he's using a QBZ, get off, bro.
Yeah.
He's still gonna get gunned by a
Right?
Craig.
No.
Like,
Yeah, it's like
You
if
know?
you're good at the game, it doesn't matter what gun they're using. Like you can if you're on LAN especially, like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like you can
at
gun
the
them.
highest level, when it's like if Clayster versus Krim.
Oh, yeah,
If
that
Krim
matters.
has a QBZ, he might outgun Clayster just because of the gun.
Yeah.
But if they both have a Craig, then it's equal.
Yeah, and see,
That's
like
different. That's so different.
they're
though.
just trying to make an equal, like level playing field in the pros,
Yeah.
which makes sense. But like amateurs, there are gonna be people better than you.
In regards to GAs back in Black Ops 4 when I was playing Variant, I would pull out occasionally, like if we were getting complete and utterly spit on, I would go and pull out SOG Stock 2. Everybody got mad at me. Everybody was just like, blacklist this guy, blacklist
You were
his
one of
team."
those people.
Yep.
Yep. Dude, I remember when everybody was playing Black Ops 4 because they were so mad about the respawns at MW. I remember that.
Yeah.
That sucked from an owner point of view because it's like, can I get a team for this game? But y'all don't want to play the game.
Yeah. So
That's how Cold War kind of started.
Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Like,
what's your guys' opinions on jetpack CODs?
I hate them.
love it.
Really, I
Hate them.
I want him
correct.
back.
Correction.
What?
Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, loved it. Advanced Warfare, hated it.
Oh, Dominic. What?
Hated them across the board.
Wait, okay, hang on.
I
Wait.
can see it.
You think Infinite Warfare jetpacks are better than Advanced Warfare?
100%. I like the No.
way.
Oh goddamn!
No way.
Look what you did.
Okay, hold up. Let me explain my reasoning.
All right,
My reasoning
we're
is
not going to AGN Missouri with the 2v2 team. I have changed my mind.
I thought the and I'm not gonna lie, I did like the movement system in Advanced Warfare, but personally, it was just a little too clunky for me.
Okay,
I
that's fair.
like just the being able to simply boost up a little bit whenever you want, like in Black Ops 3 and Infinite
I
Warfare.
do. I
Okay,
did.
can
I
we-
did like that.
BO3 did
Can
it
we
the best.
agree on this? Can we agree on this? Black Ops 3 had the best jetpacks. Can we
Yeah.
agree on that?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay, we're good then.
I
we're
agree
good.
with that, but still
Any
hated them.
day of the week,
We can,
Black Ops 3
we
is
can
the
agree
best
on this
jetpack.
too. We can agree on this too. Black Ops 2 is the best COD ever.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all good then. We're good. We're
Yeah.
good.
It's just, like to me, Black Ops 3 was good enough to the point where it makes my top 5, and that's a jetpack COD. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Like I love Black Ops 3 a lot.
It's in my top 3.
Dude, okay, people are gonna hate on me for this. Mine is Black Ops 2,
Okay.
Ghost,
I
Black
love
Ops 3.
Ghosts. I love Ghosts. Ghost
Yep.
is one of my favorite. I loved Ghosts. People hated
It's
it.
so good for competitive. It's so good. It was so good.
Black Ops 2,
Okay.
Black Ops 3.
All right.
If we're counting a sub mode, if I'm truly only counting one mode in this, but Modern Warfare 3 for survival alone.
Really?
Okay.
And I know Modern Warfare 3 is not looked at as the best Modern Warfare game,
Yeah.
but I personally just have a lot of memories from that. Like my friend and I would sit in the basement and just play survival for like 12 hours straight. and just doing that like every weekend, like the memories of that's why it's top 3 for me.
Nostalgia will always help. And Mark,
Black Ops 1. No, not Black Ops 1. Black Ops
God.
2.
Okay.
MW2. And Black Ops 4.
Oh,
I love Black Ops 4.
To me, like Black Ops.
Wait, you're telling me you like Black Ops 4 over Black Ops 3?
Yes.
Dude.
No.
I hated jetpacks.
Can I get a new teamate? I
No.
cannot believe
The only
this
reason
dude
why
just said Black Ops 4.
I love BO4. I
Black
say
Ops 4
I
is
say
horrible.
MW2 is up there because I've been playing COD for well over a decade. I've been playing COD since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dominic, Black Ops 3 is better than Black Ops 4.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
What do you think?
Black
Mark?
Ops 4, I'm not going to lie. I liked Blackout. I liked Blackout, but in terms of competitive, Black Ops 4 was horrible.
Dominic, what do you think about that? Black Ops 3 better than Black Ops 4?
100%.
Blackout was just a little too clunky for me. Warzone's definitely like the more refined version of Blackout. You know?
Mark, what do you think
What do you mean?
about Black Ops 3 being better than Black Ops 4?
He already said he doesn't like it.
Oh my god.
See, BO3 was a good game. I just wasn't. If BO3 didn't have jetpacks, I would have been happy.
BO3 was so fun to watch.
That's
bro.
what made it so good, the jetpacks. That's what made it
It
good.
was so fun to watch.
Like, seriously,
Only
I'm
reason why I
looking
didn't
for
like it is
a
because I was complete and
Maybe
utterly
not.
trash.
Okay.
That might make a difference in if you like the game if you suck at it.
No, for me, I was an absolute boomer at jetpacks.
That's fair.
I was.
I remember that's what
boomer.
Max said. He was like, yeah, last year I sucked at MW, but I just sucked at COD, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just suck at Call of Duty across the board, so I can't say anything.
All right,
I
so
was
I'm just
boomer at
restating
jetpacks.
one more time. You guys, at the time of this airing, you have 24 hours to hit me up. I need a new teammate, please.
He's joking, by the way.
Oh, good.
God damn it!
You think?
Black Ops 4 in your, Black Ops 4 in your top 3.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we
Black
might need to have a
Ops
conversation,
4.
Mark.
Only reason why BO4 is up there is because that was like my first like big time COD for going to LANs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just joking around. I liked Black Ops 4. I didn't like it more than a lot of other CODs, but I would say it was a good one. I would say it's better than Infinite Warfare for sure.
Infinite Warfare.
Oh,
Anything
no,
worse
that's
better than
slander.
For sure. For
Infinite
sure.
Warfare is the worst.
Slander.
Call of Duty. Infinite Warfare is the worst Call of Duty ever.
All right. No, we're not. We're done arguing. We're all going to end up
Take that
fighting.
back.
I don't want to have to throw
Take that
hands
back.
with Mark. I don't want to have to throw hands with Mark at the
Okay.
LAN. So let's just get past this.
All right, so then you talked about a little bit about the gunfight loadouts. What are your favorite ones? And least favorite?
Are we talking Modern Warfare and CW or just?
Just
Sure.
Cold War.
Just
Give me a
Cold War, just
sniper and I'll
Cold War.
go crazy.
I haven't played MW in months.
Okay, so just Cold War.
All right. So Mark, we'll do most comfortable. You start, Mark.
Most comfortable XM4. Actually, no.
But
no,
which
no,
one,
I,
though?
Actually, no. I take that back. Thermal Carve 2.
Okay. My personal favorite, and Mark knows this, is the Type 63.
Yep.
Back in Modern Warfare.
Or the DMR.
Yeah. So back in Modern Warfare, you guys know what the EBR is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in Modern Warfare, the EBR was like my gun. I made a point to like get better with it because that was my worst gun, and like everyone else just couldn't hit shots with the EBR. And I was just like, I'm gonna get good with this, so it gives me a 2-round advantage because in gunfight you have to think rounds at a time, like, and you have to think loadouts. You have a loadout for 2 rounds of a game that can go 11 rounds. If you're better with a loadout than someone, that's 2 rounds right there towards your win.
Yeah.
If you're bad with a loadout, that's minus 2 rounds right there. So I made a point to get very good with the EBR because the EBR was my weakest gun, and then it became my strongest. So pretty much any semi-auto rifle is like my favorite thing now, but admittingly, I like the Type 63 in Cold War the most.
Okay.
I think
Alright.
what I like about gunfight is like obviously if somebody like has more experience with a gun, they might win the gunfight, but if somebody is just very skillful and just very good at gunfighting, they can win that. So it can go both ways, but what's good about it is there's lethals and there's what is the other thing? What is it called?
Tacticals.
Tacticals.
Yeah, lethal and tacticals. There's just all of that stuff. So like understanding your loadout, understanding the map, understanding everything like that. So like seeing a player and understanding how much experience they have is like crazy. Like the stuff I see these guys like get on top of or like get an angle with a gun they have, and like the stuff they do is like he only knows that because he plays it a lot. It's like it's so cool to watch.
Yeah. I mean, you can obviously tell like these guys have a lot of knowledge in the game. That's for sure. You guys balling out. I'm so hyped to watch you guys. I'm not going. I wish I was going. Chase knows.
I think AGN will be
Yeah.
streaming it. I talked to Gage. He
Yeah.
said it's a possibility.
Is it gonna be casted?
I think so.
Oh, let's
Either
go.
way, if AGN isn't doing stuff for it, y'all are gonna get to see everything for it because we're gonna push it out. So you guys aren't gonna miss anything. So
Of course. So
we got you.
you guys are obviously competing in Gunfight. Obviously, we've talked about that. But do you have any like aspirations of going past Gunfight into the CDL, the Real Pro League? No. You're shaking your head. No.
Nope.
Not at all.
I haven't enjoyed normal competitive since Black Ops 3.
Now,
Like-
what if there's a 2v2 pro league?
If there is a
Gunfight.
2v2 pro
Gunfight.
league, I will be more than happy to play in. But if Gunfight is where I stay right now.
Okay. Mark, what about you? I know you're playing Variant a little bit.
So this is going to be tricky.
Okay.
Barring if the next Call of Duty if it incorporates an anti-cheat, I'll give it a shot with trying to do something with challengers. But that was the problem with this year.
Yeah.
I go into the first and second challengers cups. We end up winning first round. Second round we're playing hackers.
Yeah.
Both times.
Oh, that's a whole different conversation. Like, to put anti-cheat in your game, but whatever, you know.
Anti-cheat in your game. So then now what's your favorite map on Gunfight right now?
Favorite map. I probably have to go with KGB.
Mhm.
Admittingly, it's a bit more cramped in terms of like choke points and stuff like that. But the different setups and different angles you can get on that map and like the movement you can have is personally my favorite. Like you can literally just slide off the top ropes of the banister and just gun someone as you're falling down. Like it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
KGB?
Same answer
Mhm.
for me, KGB.
Yeah.
It's just downright the best map in the game.
So you
That's
guys
the map with the rocket in the middle of it, right?
No,
No, that's ICBM.
What is KGB?
KGB is
KGB is
one
like the
with
all
the
white
books.
one.
Is the one with all the bookcases.
Oh, yeah, I like that map a lot too. That's my favorite one. Obviously, I just play amateur league,
Mhm.
you know, not amateur, whatever you want to call it. I just play for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
And I have a spot named after me too.
really?
So
Yeah.
there's
Really?
a little. I mean, it's only named like with like 2 or 3 people, but like I've heard it used multiple times in streams when I'm not even there. Is so you run up the stair railing and then you jump to the opposite railing, so you have a nasty head glitch. And I've heard a couple people call it the cap jump.
dude,
Dude.
these guys are so good at the game. They have spots named
You're
after them.
infamous, bro. You're infamous.
There's a couple spots named after Gunfight players. Like one of my friends, Quizly, like he's got like 2 or 3 spots named after him called Quiz Spots.
That's pretty
VG is another friend of mine. He's got a spot called the VG spot that everyone calls that. Because the problem is there comes a point where some callouts are too complicated to say. So if people like understand where the players, like how the players play,
Yep.
like if people understand how I play and know I hop on that railing a lot, they'll call it the cap spot because they know that's where I go.
Mhm.
And then like, for example, the VG spot, the quiz spot, like people know where those players go sometimes. So it's easier to call them that than saying like, oh, he's standing on the top railing head glitching me. Like it's just easier to say cap jump.
Yeah,
Yep.
recognize their tendencies and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
another little thing. Accusations.
oh,
We have had quite a few. Me probably more than Cap in far less time. Not even gonna lie.
I mean, when
There's
you're just getting destroyed by somebody,
Well,
and
To be
They're
fair,
just-
I understand where they're coming from is because I was getting I got a lot of accusations in Modern Warfare because I made the early jump to PC
Mm-hmm.
last year.
Pretty
And
much
then-
anyone who made the early jump to PC last year was automatically branded as a hacker.
Yep. And then
you're
with
also
this-
playing in a game. Yeah, there's just everything. But go ahead.
And then coming into this year, I start playing Gunfight at the end of May, when Cap was trying to go to Missouri. I'm just like, okay, I need to start playing now. I need to get good at. I need to get good at the mode. So I start playing tourneys, playing some game battles tourneys, because at the time game battles ran like 6 1v1 tourneys a day for Gunfight. I would enter into every single one, and like 3 days in a row, I won like all of them.
Sheesh.
And
Dude.
everybody that entered them is like, oh my god, this kid's a hacker. So as time went on, I'm just like, okay, I need to set up a monitor cam.
Yeah.
So I got a tripod, and it's permanently fixed, pointing at my screens.
Let's see it.
Listen, essentially, your team is good when you have to strategize their announcement because more people.
I'm using the webcam now, but I have a tripod.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
But, yeah, essentially, your team is good when you have to strategize their announcement because if you posted it a week or two before the event, less people would show up because they know they're going to it.
Especially
That's
since
how you
most
know
of
your
the
team is
teams that
good.
are going to
Lying.
enter it are door teams.
Or
I
what?
can guarantee
too.
that most of the teams that are going to enter it are teams that go to what do you call it? That just like go to the facility itself just to
Yeah.
play the weekly tourneys.
Oh, and then like, there's a 2v2 event. It's a small
Yeah.
entry. Let's play in it. And
Yep.
get smoked.
Yeah.
And like I estimate that half of the teams in that tourney are going to be AGN teams. Half of the teams in that tourney are going to be door walk-ups.
Another fun little fact about small little tourneys and just walking in and playing it. My first ever time playing Modern Warfare Gunfight was actually in a pretty decent sized tournament.
Really? First time ever?
Not necessarily first time like seriously, because
Oh,
I
okay.
played the first like 3 days of the game and then quit because the game sucked.
So you said you've played in some gunfight event, like LAN gunfight events,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know you like told me about them, and I did my research and stuff. And,
Yeah.
but talk a little bit about it. Like you never really talked to me about your 2v2 gunfight events, or I don't know if they were 1v1s. Just talk about them. Go ahead.
So with a LAN center opened up in my city and before I moved to Florida. I used to live in Boston.
Ugh,
A venue opened up, and they were advertising a 2v2 gunfight tournament. It's like a $40 entry. So I hit up my buddy. His name is Scripps. I was like, hey, are you trying to go to this? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. We go. And before that, I've only played the game for 3 days. It was like 25, 30 teams showed up. And
Jeez, dang.
the only team that was able to beat us were two CS:GO semi professionals.
Were they?
Wow.
Was it a controller?
They were both on keyboard and mouse. We were both
Yeah,
on
that's why
controller.
you lost.
Yeah.
Not even. They were like the one of them is currently, I want to say, rank 3 Radiant on Valorant right now.
Oh, I have no chance ever. I can't make it.
But the thing is, they I believe in winners finals they 3-0'd us
Oh.
because it was a best of 5.
Yeah.
And then we played losers finals. We 3-0 back, and then grand finals it was double best of 5s.
Mhm.
We win first series 3-2.
Okay.
And then lose the second series 3-2 round 11.
Oh,
Oh. Dude.
I don't think we got out of there until like 1 in the morning.
the most painful losses are round
Jeez.
11.
It was like a solid like 8-hour event.
Hey, but it's worth it
Dude.
though. It's your passion.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
That's
And that
crazy.
was my first time ever playing Gunfight.
I mean, that's
Dude, I don't know what it is. Like all the lands that I played in, like they never went that far. Like I don't know if it was because there was more qualifiers and stuff, so it was less
Mhm.
teams. But like, dude, that's one
People
thing I
got-
want to say to people who host lands. You need to either have 2 days,
Yeah.
or you need to make sure you have more places for people to play because making them play like 8 hours straight,
Dude.
there's just not. It's
Well,
not good for
it took so long. Plus, all of the venue had a main stage.
That's
So
kinda sick.
a bunch of the matches were played on the main stage and were live streamed.
Yeah,
That's also sick.
I get that too. It's hard because they want to try and cast all the games, and then
Mhm.
getting them on the casting stuff could take longer, and lands just can have problems sometimes with their PCs and stuff.
It was also I want to say their launch week for the
Yeah.
entire venue. So
Yeah. So
it doesn't matter.
let's step away.
That's why it was like, yeah. Go ahead. Let's move on to the next topic.
So now I told you guys I had a little hypotheticals set up for you guys. Let's step away from Call of Duty for a little bit. I got a good question for you. Zykro, you've already answered this, but let's see if you come up with a different answer. Because you have a lot. You had a hard time answering this one last time, but out of all like competitive players and content creators in esports, who do you think would be the best fit in Luxx?
So after that, when I watched it back, I was like, dang, I really just like thought about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
me
so
too.
right now, competitive player.
For Call of Duty only. Could be.
Okay.
I mean, you have the best 2v2 players right here, so you can't say anybody in 2v2.
Are we talking like main game Call of Duty or like Warzone?
Warzone?
Well, I would say Warzone is more of a content based thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. I mean, it can be competitive within like.
Because I have an answer for both.
They do both.
Well, we can talk about content creators,
Okay.
Warzone streamers, competitive Warzone players, or 4v4, whatever. But if you guys have an answer, you can go ahead because I want to think about it a little bit because I have a couple different.
Hypothetical for like comp / like Cold War gameplay and stuff like that, I would say probably Zuma.
Dude, I love Zuma.
He brings the vibes. He's great at the game.
Yeah, dude.
And
Zuma's
in
the
terms of
beast.
like a Warzone content creator, also brings the vibes and is a genuine dude. I would say Mutex.
Mutex.
Ooh.
Love
Wow.
that guy. Love Charles.
Okay.
I think when it comes to content creator, I think I would want to say the same thing. Doc or Tim. I'm going to say Tim the Tapman. That's who I would
Again?
say. I think with where he's
Again?
at right now, Tim. That's who
Tim's
I
a
say.
beast, bro.
My answer is Tim for content
would be a good.
creators.
Tim
What about
Tim
a-
would be a good one too.
What about a pro? Call of Duty. Keep it there.
Right now, I'm just thinking longevity for any player. Abizi. That guy is super good.
Ooh, okay.
He's super young, and I mean,
So same
He's
answer.
just-
Same answer.
And he's currently
same
going
answer as last
27-9 right now in this hard point.
yep, that's exactly why.
Is FaZe winning?
Series is 4-3 Dallas.
Oh.
Oh. We all said Dallas was going to win it, so here we go. Uh-oh.
But
They're
I mean,
about to go to a game 9 though. It's 218-89.
Had to tap that real quick.
But
Is it a best 11?
Abizi's second answer for that would be Simp.
Okay.
Ooh,
And I'm just
so-
thinking about that from longevity. If there were like if Formal was younger, yeah, I would do him.
Dude,
Like
straight content. I love him.
yeah, straight content, and he's just really good. Obviously, you just look at his resume. But obviously, that's a pretty simple answer. But
Mm-hmm.
All right, then what about, well,
Warzone. Well, Tim the Tapman's he's not necessarily a competitive player.
He's not
competitive
good.
player. I would say, probably Nick Merckx. Would you say he's a competitive Warzone player? I would say he
He's
is.
a beast,
He plays
bro.
in tournaments all the time. Yeah, I'd say Nick Merckx.
All right,
That's a good one. I
Cap.
like that one actually. That's a good one.
Cap, what's your answer to
Dang,
that?
I'm going crazy on FaZe. I said Abizi. I said
Yeah.
Simp, I said Nick Merckx.
Hey, that's fair.
I'm honestly very upset you guys didn't say the best pro player of all time.
Oh, Karma.
No.
Scott.
Oh, what is it? Who is it?
Doug Sensor Martin.
Oh, Jesus
Dog.
Christ.
Oh,
He's a content creator? He's a
hey,
beast.
Doug,
he's
listen,
everything
bro.
in one.
Listen,
And
Doug.
he's got sleeveless jerseys.
Listen,
He's
Doug.
jacked.
I know people be making fun of you, bro. But,
Love Doug,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying? I'm just playing.
Love
But-
Doug.
So you're,
No, I actually really like his dedication and stuff.
he's a
That's
hard worker.
I do
yeah.
too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, dude's jacked, man. He's huge.
Now-
my favorite thing is just people replying to his tweets with the F you Doug.
Now this is a question. This is going to be a hard question.
Okay.
Who is the best professional Call of Duty player ever?
Ever?
Ooh.
Ever.
See, that's the problem. I want to see a
Karma.
couple more years out of Simp and Abizi before I say anything.
No, I mean right now. As of right now.
Right
As
now?
of right
I think
now,
it's Karma. Past or
Technically,
playing
if we're
right now?
going by- if we're going by like winnings and everything, yeah, Karma.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's got the most wins and everything like that. Like he's on fire.
Yeah.
Crimsick has a lot too, bro. It's either Karma or
Possibly.
True.
Possibly Clayster.
You're going to call me a fanboy for my answer.
Clayster as well is also a good one.
You're gonna say Scum.
Just because When that dude was like 18, he was tearing apart the
Yes.
scene, bro.
I
Dude,
agree with that.
There's like 3 or 4. It's Karma, Crimsic, Scump. Who was the last person I was gonna say? Those 3 are automatic goats for sure. Those guys are gonna be, if there's a Call of Duty Hall of Fame, which there should be, bro.
Mount
Make a
Rushmore.
Call of Duty Hall of Fame.
Clayster. That's
Clayster,
better,
yeah. The 4th would be
Yeah.
Clayster, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, man, just for me, Scump, like, how old he is now, dude is kind of lighting it up in the major. Like, I was watching him
Yeah.
against Rocker and that, like, dude is going off. That clip where he was on the plane, just
He went-
controlling, bro, that was nasty.
He was
Man.
going off against Dallas, but the rest of the team just couldn't get anything going.
I know, I was so mad. I was watching that game.
Popping 2-3 pieces all series long.
I was so.
You know what? I'm changing my answer on the competitive player. Give me Envoy.
I love Envoy.
Okay, I like
Give me
that. I
Envoy.
like that answer. I like that
Give me
answer. All right.
Iguodala.
I want Iguodala.
Give me Iguodala.
I want Iguodala. Yeah. Yeah. For
But
real.
yeah, I mean, I guess kind of, I can't even express how excited I am. Like, just look at their resumes, man. How can you not be excited about that? Like, I mean, I'm saying it, and I'm saying this not just because they're a part of my organization, but because, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Look at their resume. These guys are the best 2v2 gunfight players right now.
I mean,
The best 2v2 gunfight team right now.
So, one question before we gotta start wrapping this up. Who do you think is gonna be the most hype on LAN out of you two? Who's the most? Because you guys seem pretty level-headed, seem pretty cool.
I say Dominic. I say
have-
Dominic.
But
So
but
there's
here's the thing. I have
Yeah.
a clip from me on LAN. I am screaming.
I love
Yeah,
it.
but here's the
I
thing.
might
though.
be wrong. I
Remember,
might be wrong. I think it's gonna be Mark.
Mark, you have to remember, you don't have a passion scale named after you.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I think it's Dominic.
No,
No,
Like,
I-
Dominic.
I don't know if you know this, Ajax, but there's actually something in the gunfight community known as the Cap Crew Passion Scale because of how passionate I can get sometimes.
Oh,
Literally for a $6 prize claim, I was standing up shouting my lungs out just because I got a nice clutch play. Like there is levels to this.
Mhm.
dude, I mean that makes me excited, man. I want to see you. Let's go, getting up and everything. But also,
Either way, they're gonna feed off of each other, which
That's
is
true,
great
yep.
because they both are gonna do the same thing. So it's just gonna be.
I could
Oh, no,
also.
the best part is I'm a bit of a hothead. Like Mark will attest to this. I
Yeah.
can get angry pretty quick, and he actually talks me down. Like during game, he's just like,
Have
"Hey,
to.
you need to chill out, calm down, and let's win this." And then
used
it
to be the
always ends
same
up coming
way.
back.
I used to be the same way.
Mm.
I
Back in
I have
BO4.
a very short fuse, so Mark is able to quickly diffuse that and get us back in the game.
Yeah.
Like for instance, we were down like 2-5 in one of the I by Power matches, and we needed to win it in order to get
Move on.
the advantage for the next round, because the way I by Power works, it's really weird. So the first game is played no matter what, and like let's say we win like 6-3, we only have to win 3 rounds to be able to win the whole series. Like it's technically only 2 maps.
Wouldn't it be 4?
Oh yeah, technically 4. But if the other team beats us 6-3
It'd
or
be a
better,
tiebreaker.
then we have to go to a tiebreaker round where what do you call it? It's like first to 3 rounds. Like the I by Power system is really weird, but the point is we needed to win that map in order to get the advantage for map 2.
Mhm.
And we were down 2-5, and Mark was I was getting pissed because the loadouts were horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I was getting terrible luck, terrible timing, and Mark was just like, "Yo, we need to chill, calm down, let's play our game, and then go from there." And we ended up coming back to win.
Hey, I mean, but I could also see you guys just being silent killers, just sitting there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could. It depends on who we're playing. Like if see, I'm all about like positivity and everything like
Yeah.
that. Unless you piss me off, if they start talking to me, or if I have a
get
history
offended.
with them,
Dom
then
also plays
it's-
for a college, so he's probably gotta be a little careful.
That's
it's
true.
fair game. It's
Yeah.
fair game.
On top of that, me and Cap have this thing is like we always, for whatever reason, we always start off like going down 0-2.
Really?
A
Always.
lot. Always.
Almost every game we play, we always go down either 0-2 or tied up 2-2. Like we win 2 and then lose 2. Like every
Yep.
game starts like that pretty much.
And yeah, that's happened more times than not, to be completely honest.
It's really weird. We have a history with 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Playing twos.
the 2v2s. Anyway,
Yep.
I mean, Anyway, that was a great talk. That hour went by super
Yeah.
quick, gentlemen. I'm
Yeah.
so glad you guys could come on and talk to us. I'm so excited to see what you guys can do. Be sure to tune in and watch them at the AGN Missouri LAN. It's going to be casted. Not cast. I don't know about the.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it's
Hopefully.
going to be streamed
Hopefully.
and casted. If not, the main COD roster will be there, and just know that they're going to run through the table.
We
on
can
that
probably
Friday
get some
event.
periscopes
Yeah,
up
I
or
was just
something.
about
know
to say Periscope.
Cast it or not, make sure to check out the documentary.
Yeah, we'll
We're
have a
gonna have
documentary
everything
up.
you guys.
Yeah,
You guys
don't-
can check out everything in detail. So
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just know that they're gonna run the table and win it all, like, because that's just who
yes,
they are.
sir.
So thank you
course.
guys for watching, and thank you to the 2v2 team for stopping by. Have a great night, guys.
Luxx gang or don't bang.
Luxx gang or does not bang.
Yo.
Woo!